What the fuck are you looking at? No, I'm not actually on drugs. I know it's fake sagan on drugs, but it's fake sagan on drugs. You don't talk about drugs. This video is about drugs. It's about weed and heroin, ecstasy, mushrooms, drugs. And we talk about drugs. Now, as you guys know, the fake sagan is a partner now. I'm actually getting paid to make YouTube videos. And because of that, I feel like I have a little bit of an obligation to do something back. To give a positive message for the kids, right? And I happen to have a troll who, I've blocked this out like 50 or 60 times, and he just keeps on creating more and more accounts and leaving messages on my channel. And when you block someone that many times and they keep coming back, it's a pretty clear message that they really, really want your attention so badly. And I kind of, at that point, I feel like I'm obligated to give a little bit. So I started talking to this guy, and you know what? I won't name names or anything, even though he's dropped his own doc on my channel while I was fucked up. But you know what? He's giving me some details about his life, and this troll, he's made death threats against me and more or less threatened to rape my fiance on numerous occasions. And if I really wanted to, if I was so inclined, I could call the FBI and have him locked up or something like that. But you can fucking care, right? In spite of that, in spite of the death threats and the macho bullshit, I kind of like it because I can see through it. He's an intelligent guy, and he's really, suffering from a lot of ennui. He's not happy with his lot in life. And he's confided in me more than once that he has an OxyContin habit. Those opioid painkillers, which pertains to Rush Limbaugh, the co-star. And he also is a heavy drinker. And he will drink and get fucked up on oxygen. And he comments on my channel and talks about how it takes his life and he has to wash dishes for a living and yada, 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 yada. Now, I told this guy time and time again, clean up your life, get off the fucking drugs, and he won't do it. And, I think this disconnect happened in the mind of a heavy drug user. I don't think I know this because I've been there, right? Where they will conceive the cause of the effect. And they'll say, my life sucks so bad and it's so drab and boring and shitty that I need a little something to get by. But what you don't realize is that, your life sucks because you're doing so many drugs all the time. And that's why it's so drab and that's why nobody will have it. Now, the fake sagan is no stranger to this. I've been smoking weed since I was a kid. I started banging snacks in high school. By the time I was in college, I was hooked on meth. I tried every psychedelic drug that you ever heard of, and a few that you probably haven't. And, whatever it is, I've been there and done that, except for the real nasty stuff. I never had any desire to try crack, because I've seen crack in it, and I've seen what it does. I've never had a desire to smoke glue, because I've seen what that does. But most of the drugs you can think of, I've been there and done it all. And, I didn't make this video to look at all the kids in my audience in the eye and say, stay off drugs, kids, don't do drugs, because, drugs are cool, but everybody knows that. They're fun, I won't sit here and deny that. Smoking pot feels good. Mushrooms are cool and weird, and it's good time. Everybody knows it's good time. What I really made this video to do is to tell you guys to use moderation and not get sloppy. Because you just can't be doing this shit every day. You can't do this shit constantly. It'll catch up to you and ruin your life eventually. Like they had with this troll that's always leaving comments on the channel. Now, strategies for the most part can be chalked up to simple changes. It feels good, so therefore people are going to do it. But there's other factors as well. And I think, since I know there's a lot of teenagers in my audience, I know a lot of you guys are in high school, and you're the ones that I'm addressing for the most part. I think that another factor is the rebel factor. Your parents tell you not to do drugs, and your teachers tell you not to do drugs, and if the cops catch you doing drugs, they're going to arrest you. But therefore, it's fun to kiss in the face of authority. But here's what you don't know. Your parents tell you not to do drugs because they love you. Your teachers tell you not to do drugs because they get paid to do that. And honestly, they don't give a fuck. I mean, for what they're paid, they can't give a fuck. And what you probably don't realize is that when your teachers get home after a hard day of babysitting your unruly ass out coffee, twisting up a fat short to relax. And that's what the cops, they want you to do drugs.